Cut it out. Stop that. Have you ever heard someone tell a kid that? That's pretty much how Jesus told us to treat sin in our lives. Jesus said to stop sinning. Good morning and welcome to the 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about an easy-to-remember, soundbite version of what Jesus said. The point is to help you experience life to the fullest the Jesus way. Today's Jesus said comes from Matthew chapter 5, verse 30. So it starts in verse 30 and it says, and if your hand, even your stronger hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. So this part, even before we go on, it says, if your hand, even your stronger hand, so like even if something that's more important to you, so not your hand that you maybe don't use, but your dominant hand even causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. For it is better to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. So cut it out. No, I mean, it's not like he's telling us to cut our hands, but he's saying it's almost like it's that serious. Like it should almost be that we're willing to cut something if that's what it is. And it's like, it's gruesome, but sin is gruesome. All sin, any sin is bad. The Bible says that sin, the wages of sin is death. It leads to death. And Jesus, he used several extreme analogies. In Matthew 5:29, he says, if your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better to lose one of your members than for your whole body to burn in hell. Again, tearing out a part of your body. He's saying that's how much sin, it kills you. So it'd be better just to lose an eye than go to hell. And, the context here is he's discussing filling up the law. It's not enough to keep, the big list of don't murder, don't hate, don't call anyone a fool. But we end up excusing sin. We check off the big ones of like, oh yeah, I've never killed nobody. I've never stolen anything. I've never done all these different things. But it's like we forget that everything that is contrary to God's law is sin. In fact, in Genesis chapter 3, verse 12 through 13, it all started with just lying. The man said, the woman whom you gave me, she gave me fruit from the tree and I ate it. So the Lord said to the woman, what is this that you have done? And the woman replied, the serpent tricked me and I ate it. So it's going back to like a lie. The devil told them a lie and they believed it. And even Adam here, he pushes the blame. Like a little kid when they're like, oh, they did it. He's already pushing the blame. It's like he knew it was sin. He knew it was wrong. And he was willing to blame somebody else. And unfortunately, a lot of the times that is our response to sin. Is we want to blame it on somebody else, say how somebody else made us sin or some circumstance or part of life is causing us to sin when really excuses are useless. Jesus says stop sinning. So how should you respond to awareness of your own sin? You cut it out. No matter what it takes, excuses don't do anything unless we make action. Sin says, oh, that's just the way I am. But Jesus says, live the way I command. Often we excuse ourselves and others even by saying, oh, that's just the way they are. That's the way they've always been. They can't change that. But Jesus says you can. Defeating sin is something we can all do and we can help each other with. That's why we not only need a committed relationship with Jesus, but also with other Jesus followers. One of the verses that helped inspire even the name of our church is from Hebrews 3:13. If you've been in any of the life groups this week, you would have heard this. It says, we must warn each other every day while it is still today, so that none of you will be deceived by sin and hardened against God. If you still have a day, it's a chance to defeat sin. It's a chance to encourage somebody else to defeat sin. And not blame other people, not blame circumstances, but take it upon yourself and, do some self-reflection of, is this something I need to change and how can I change this? What can I cut out? So that leads to our question of how can you put that into action today? What is something in your life that you maybe need to cut out? I mean, is it something drastic, a person, a relationship, a job even? Or is it something small? Maybe stop going to that place. Maybe stop watching that show. Maybe stop, you fill in the blank. You know your life. You know what's causing you to sin. You know what's causing you to depart from the life that God's called you to. So how can you change that today? How can you do what Jesus said and cut it out? Cut it out of your life. But thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it would mean a lot to us if you would like it, share it, and comment it. I really appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. If you want to read with us, it's at bible.today.church. And we always end everything by saying to follow Jesus today and love first. Thank you, guys.